Hello, everybody. This is Eric with my weekly wrap up for the week of June 1st through June 7th, 2025. Just felt like throwing the year in there just in case anybody has forgotten where we're at. Uh, on my channel this past week, on Monday, I, I posted a review for, you know what? I'm going to double check. I'm pretty sure it was Jack and Jill by Keelan Patrick Burke. But let's check my notebook. That is exactly what it was. And on Friday, I posted a review for Hashtag Thigh Gap by Chandler Morrison. I hope you'll check out both of those reviews. I had the Reading Remembrance video was February of 2007. We're getting so close to the present day. I've been trying to decide when to stop making the Reading Remembrances videos. And I've thought on occasion that it might be when I get to when I started making YouTube videos. But at the point that I started, I wasn't reviewing everything that I read. So I might continue until I get to a point where pretty much everything I was reading was getting reviewed. Or maybe the point where I was on reviewers or publishers lists and getting books to review. I haven't quite decided yet, but I'm pretty sure you're not going to see I'm not going to be doing any Reading Remembrances videos for 2023, 2024, 2025. Although there was that 3-year gap when I wasn't making any videos. So I may look at that time frame and just sort of do a time jump to that time when I was not reviewing anything, and at least do Reading Remembrances videos for that. Let me know what you think in the comments below. As for the rest of the week, work was fine. Worked 40 hours. Smooth sailing. No drama at work. I am going to lose my 2 best workers, apparently. They both want to move to different positions that pay more. I'm still trying to get my official promotion and raise. I've been doing the job for, I believe, 3 weeks now. And, but, everybody's so busy. So we'll see. I'm still, every week, I'm like, let's get this done. Hasn't happened yet. I may have to put my foot down. But we're going to have to hire a couple of new people whom I'm going to have to train because they won't let the 2 people that want to move on. They won't let them move. I mean, they could quit, but they're not going to let them move to their new positions until there are replacements for them. So we'll see how that goes. Let's see. Reading this past week, I finished Horns by Joe Hill. And then I read Never Flinch by Stephen King, the brand new Stephen King book. And after that, couldn't decide what to read, so I just grabbed Chopping Mall, novelization by Joshua Milliken. I'll be recording reviews for all 3 of these, Horns, Never Flinch, Chopping Mall, shortly, as soon as I finish this video. And I did last night watched the movie Chopping Mall. As soon as I finished the book, wanted to watch the movie. Because I'd never actually seen the whole thing from start to finish. I'd seen most of it in bits and pieces. But I'll be talking about all of that in my Chopping Mall review. And currently, because I haven't actually started this yet. Once I finished Chopping Mall, couldn't decide what to read next. Always a problem when you have too many books. So I spent a lot of today being Saturday, watching Happy Goat Horror videos on YouTube. I'm trying to catch up. Bunch of interviews, book reviews, Silent Hill 2 gameplay videos. But one of the interviews was Kaylee Dobbs interviewing Simon Bestwick. And towards the end of the interview, he was talking about well, actually, throughout the whole interview, he kept mentioning Sean Hudson, and I follow Simon Bestwick on Facebook, and he's always posting stuff about Sean Hudson and everything. But towards the end of the interview, he mentioned a specific book, and the way the quick one sentence description, I think, was insane. And I said to myself, I believe I have that book. So I spun around my book cart because I know exactly where my Sean Hudson books are. And so what I'm going to be reading is Spawn. Look at that insane cover. Ignore the bookmark because, again, I haven't actually started it yet. But I will be starting it this evening at some point. I should say tonight. It's after 10 as I'm recording this. But this is what I'm reading next. All right. And then I picked up a few books. One of them not in the best shape. I'm very upset by that. Among other things related to this book. I'll have a mini rant in a moment. I'll leave it for last, that particular book. And it also proves what a moron I am. But anyway, these are some things that I ordered and received this week. Song of the Tyrant Worm by Haley Piper. I believe this is the third book in the The Worm and His Kings, Book 3. There you go. That's what it says right there on the title page. So Haley Piper mentioned on Instagram and perhaps elsewhere, I think it was on Instagram, that this trilogy and another one of her books, I don't remember which one, were going out of print June 1st. I had the first two books in the trilogy, and I have the other book that's going out of print that I don't remember the title of. So I figured I would grab this at the last minute while I had the chance. I love that green. Now, she does say they should be coming out with another publisher at some point, but I figured I'd grab the edition that hopefully goes with the other two that I have. Anyway, Song of the Tyrant Worm by Haley Piper. And then, very excited for this, Summer Never Ends 2, God's Mistake by Judith Sonnet. And Summer Never Ends was actually sent to me by Judith Sonnet, and I really enjoyed that. This takes place, this is in 2009. The original took place in the, let's see, I thought it said when, 80, there it is, 85. But, so 85 for the first one, 2009 for this one, and this is supposed to be just a straight up slasher. So very excited to dive into this one. I enjoyed the first one, and this one, perhaps bigger and better. We'll see. This book has been on my wish list on Amazon for a long time. The hardback was, and I saw that it was out in paperback, so grabbed the less expensive copy. And this is Fiction by Don Coscarelli, and he is the creator of Phantasm, as well as he made like Bubba Hotep and a bunch of other stuff. And so this is six stories that take place within the Phantasm universe. Now, I believe, don't take my word for it. I believe Don Coscarelli made all of the Phantasm movies. And so, if anybody knows the world, it's going to be him. I have not seen all of them. I think I've only seen the first two, but I have a box set that has all of them. So I'm going to watch all of the movies before reading this. I think that's the way to do it, so that I have that base knowledge and don't miss anything that's in these stories. And also, I've debated whether I should mention this or not. This book will be in an upcoming book bundle. Feel free to guess what the subject of that book bundle is going to be. But fiction, PH, fiction, by Don Coscarelli. And finally, the book that came warped. You can see the curve to it. And that's with gravity pulling it down. I put it in between a bunch of books by this author. Normally it would have gone on the end of that row of books, because it's a big series and then sort of a spin-off series, so those should all stay together and this should go at the end. But I put it between the main series and the spin-off series, hoping they'll push it and flatten it out. There's a paperback. I bought the hardback when it came out. I actually pre-ordered the hardback because I like to support authors. And I always hear that pre-ordering books is one of the best ways to show your support. And now I feel a little ripped off because this is the paperback and it's a bonus edition. And this bonus edition includes an all-new short story, illustrations, a glossary, and an exclusive preview of the second book in the series. I ranted a little bit about this on Facebook, and when I posted on Instagram that I got this book, Hunter Shea, fantastic author and human being, Hunter Shea, mentioned that he had just gotten this, and I sort of told her, I feel like I'm annoyed because I double dipped. I didn't have to, but I want that bonus material. Anyway, if you haven't figured it out by now, this is Necrotech by Jonathan Mayberry from it's Weird Tales Presents Necrotech, science fiction horror. And I was very excited to hear about this. It sounds right up my alley. I'm a big fan of Jonathan Mayberry. But I find it annoying, and maybe it's just me, when you support an author, pre-order their book, or at least buy the first edition when it comes out, and then when the paperback comes out, there's more in it. And either they expect the big fans to double dip, be idiots like me, and buy a second copy of it, or they just don't care that you bought a copy before. Screw the people that got the hardback. The people that waited for the paperback, they're going to get the bonus material. I used to feel this way about comic books as well. I thought buying the monthly issues was the best way to show support. And that way, the book would keep going. And I suppose technically that's probably still true, but I just can't afford to do it anymore. I've had to become much more selective. It's also easier to put them on the shelf when it's collected edition. So there are very few floppy comics that I get anymore. And now I just wait for the collected edition. And you know what? When the second book in the Necrotech series comes out, I'm not going to pick up the hardback. I'll wait for the paperback. That's just the way it's going to be. Anyway, that's my little rant. Necrotech by Jonathan Mayberry is the other book that I got this week. And coincidentally, I did not plan this. This will also be in an upcoming book bundle. Can you guess what that theme is going to be? I'm asking a lot of people in this video, apparently. It's like a quiz, a pop quiz. I think that's about it. I didn't really watch anything else. The new episode of Taskmaster, of course, because I love that show. As I said, watched a bunch of Happy Goat horror videos, at least 3 interviews, I believe at least 3 Resident Evil playthroughs, Resident Evil 2 playthroughs, some book stuff. I think maybe only one book thing. There were some videos sort of. I try to watch everything as they come out, but I fell way, way behind. But there were still a few that I did watch when they came out, like her ABCs of Horror video and her movie DVD Blu-ray shelf tour video. I had watched those already, so I skipped those today. I didn't need to watch them again. And there's one Abominable Book Club unboxing video that I watched. So, yes, and if you're not watching Happy Goat Horror and you're a horror fan, give it a try. There's some good stuff on there. I almost always am adding things to my Amazon wish list, or if it's just after payday, ordering them immediately. But yeah, definitely check out Happy Goat Horror. That's it. I really don't have anything else to talk about. Nothing else went on. Just I work, come home, I read, I go to bed, I get up, I go to work, come home, I read. Sometimes I watch the occasional YouTube video. And that's how my week goes. So there you have it. I already gave you a couple questions, a little pop quiz there, so no real general question except how has your week been? Let me know what's been going on down in the comments below. If you have any comments, questions, corrections, thoughts on picking up a hardback and then later a paperback comes out and it's got more stuff in it, let me know in the comments below. Comments are open for comments, questions, corrections. Wait. See, I lost my train of thought. It's much later than I usually do this sort of thing. Please put your comments, questions, corrections in the comments below. Comments are open for spoilers. Just post a spoiler warning. We try to be polite here on my channel. Please like, share, and subscribe. All the usual YouTube stuff. If you care to follow me on other social media, all links for my Instagram and Bluesky in the description below. That's all I have for you this week. So until next week, read more books.